What is up, guys? We are back with another reaction video. This time we're checking out George Carlin saving the planet. Okay, I checked out a couple of George Carlin already. I think one or two maybe. And you guys said I gotta react to this one next, saving the planet. Now this guy does not hold his tongue. He just says whatever the heck he wants. So this should be interesting. So why don't we just jump into it, see what it's all about. All right, let's do it.
About everything. You got people like this around you. Country's full of them now. People walking around all day long, every minute of the day, worried about everything. Worried about the air, worried about the water, worried about the soil. Worried about insecticides, pesticides, food additives, carcinogens. Worried about radon gas, worried about asbestos. Worried about saving endangered species.
True.
Let me tell you about endangered species, all right? Saving endangered species is just one more arrogant attempt by humans to control nature. It's arrogant meddling. It's what got us in trouble in the first place. Doesn't anybody understand that? Interfering with nature. Over 90%, way over 90% of all the species that have ever lived on this planet, are gone. They're extinct. We didn't kill them all. They just disappeared. That's what nature does. They disappear these days at the rate of 25 a day. And I mean regardless of our behavior. Irrespective of how we act on this planet, 25 species that were here today will be gone tomorrow. Let them go gracefully. Leave nature alone. Haven't we done enough? We're so self-important. So self-important. Everybody's gonna save something now. Save the trees, save the bees.
No, but that's actually a
save the
fact.
whales.
That's actually straight facts, because nowadays we're trying to save literally everything. Like the polar bears, like all these random insects or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't care for animals or whatever, but they're gonna die. Some of them are just gonna die. Like, that's just the human process. We're gonna die. We're not gonna be here forever. Is there someone gonna save us when we're 90 years old on a deathbed? No, sometimes you just best to let it go and enjoy your time while it's here.
Save those snails. And the greatest arrogance of all, save the planet. What? Are these fucking people kidding me? Save the planet? We don't even know how to take care of ourselves yet. We haven't learned how to care for one another. We're gonna save the fucking planet? I'm getting tired of that shit. Tired of that shit. Tired. I'm tired of fucking Earth Day. I'm tired of these self-righteous environmentalists, these white bourgeois liberals who think the only thing wrong with this country is there aren't enough bicycle paths. People trying to make the world safe for their Volvos. Besides, environmentalists don't give a shit about the planet. They don't care about the planet. Not in the abstract, they don't. Not in the abstract, they don't. You know what they're interested in? A clean place to live. Their own habitat. They're worried that someday in the future they might be personally inconvenienced. Narrow, unenlightened self-interest doesn't impress me. Besides, there is nothing wrong with the planet. Nothing wrong with the planet. The planet is fine. The people are fucked. Difference. Difference. The planet is fine.
That's facts.
Compared to the people, the planet is doing great. It's been here 4.5 billion years. Did you ever think about the arithmetic? Planet has been here 4.5 billion years. We've been here, what, 100,000? Maybe 200,000? And we've only been engaged in heavy industry for a little over 200 years. 200 years versus 4.5 billion. And we have the conceit to think that somehow we're a threat? That somehow we're going to put in jeopardy this beautiful little blue-green ball that's just floating around the sun? The planet has been through a lot worse than us. Been through all kinds of things worse than us. Been through earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics, continental drift, solar flares, sunspots, magnetic storms, the magnetic reversal of the poles, hundreds of thousands of years of bombardment by comets and asteroids and meteors, worldwide floods, tidal waves, worldwide fires, erosion, cosmic rays, recurring ice ages, and we think some plastic bags and some aluminum cans are going to make a difference?
That is so freaking true. I'm sick of freaking going to the stores nowadays, and I can't get a plastic bag. Like, paper bag only. No plastic allowed where I'm from. And they just abolish it everywhere. Like, it's a law. Cannot have it. And I'm just thinking, is there that much research to show that what we're doing here is making that much of an impact? You are changing my life in such a way. And also the fact, there are people in the world today who believe that the world is going to end in like 6 years. People, people with fully functioning brains thinking that. How delusional are some people? Like, I hear that, and I'm just thinking, come on, think with your head. Do you actually think, what are we just gonna get wiped out 6 years from now? Oh my God, he's right on the money. Like, we've been through so much, and the fact that people think that it's just gonna all end one day, like very soon, do some research. Come on.
Planet, the planet isn't going anywhere. We are. We're going away. Pack your shit, folks. We're going away. And we won't leave much of a trace either. Thank God for that. Maybe a little styrofoam. Maybe. Little styrofoam. Planet will be here and we'll be long gone. Just another failed mutation. Just another closed-end biological mistake. An evolutionary cul-de-sac. The planet will shake us off like a bad case of fleas. A surface nuisance. You want to know how the planet's doing? Ask those people at Pompeii who are frozen into position from volcanic ash how the planet's doing. Want to know if the planet's all right? Ask those people in Mexico City or Armenia or 100 other places buried under thousands of tons of earthquake rubble if they feel like a threat to the planet this week. How about those people in Kilauea, Hawaii who build their homes right next to an active volcano and then wonder why they have lava in the living room? The planet will be here for a long, long, long time after we're gone, and it will heal itself, it will cleanse itself, because that's what it does. It's a self-correcting system. The air and the water will recover, the earth will be renewed, and if it's true that plastic is not degradable, well, the planet will simply incorporate plastic into a new paradigm, the earth plus plastic. The earth doesn't share our prejudice towards plastic. Plastic came out of the earth. The earth probably sees plastic as just another one of its children. Could be the only reason the earth allowed us to be spawned from it in the first place.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that.
Wanted plastic for itself. Didn't know how to make it. Needed us. Could be the answer to our age-old philosophical question, why are we here? Plastic. Assholes. So, the plastic is here, our job is done, we can be phased out now, and I think that's really started already, don't you? I mean, to be fair, the planet probably sees us as a mild threat, something to be dealt with, and I'm sure the planet will defend itself in the manner of a large organism, like a beehive or an ant colony can muster a defense. I'm sure the planet will think of something. What would you do if you were the planet trying to defend against this pesky, troublesome species? Let's see, what might... viruses. Viruses might be good. They seem vulnerable to viruses. And viruses are tricky, always mutating and forming new strains whenever a vaccine is developed. Perhaps this first virus could be one that compromises the immune system of these creatures. Perhaps a human immunodeficiency virus, making them vulnerable to all sorts of other diseases and infections that might come along. And maybe it could be spread sexually, making them a little reluctant to engage in the act of reproduction. Well, that's a poetic note. And it's a start. And I can dream, can't I? See, I don't worry about the little things. Bees, trees, whales.
Hold on, hold the
snails.
phone right here. When was this video made? Because it looks like it's like the freaking 80s or something. This guy was way ahead of his time because he's predicting some things that are like, this guy's like a philosopher, the way he's able to predict some of these things that are happening in the world today, like years ago. This is wild to me.
I think we're part of a greater wisdom than we will ever understand. A higher order. Call it what you want. Know what I call it? The big electron. The big electron. Whoa. 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 It doesn't punish. It doesn't judge at all. It just is. And so are we. For a little while. Thanks for being here with me for a little while tonight. Thank you.
Give him a round of applause. That was great.
Thank you.
The crowd loves him. This guy was so ahead of his time. It's baffling. Okay, this is the third video I watched by him, and it's clear. This guy is not just a comedian. I do not view him as a comedian. I literally view him as a philosopher because he talks about like important topics that need to be addressed. And it's amazing how astute this man was. Because history does repeat itself, and I guess he could see the writing on the wall. He's talking about stuff that's talked about daily in the news, climate change, all this jibber jabber. Like, does it actually make a difference? I don't know. My bet is I'm on George Carlin side. Who are we to assume that we could just disrupt everything just by the snap of a finger, just by using a few plastic bags when going to grocery shopping? It's actually mind-boggling to me that some people are so delusional they think the world is going to end. And honestly, it is just refreshing to hear someone say it how it is. Because nowadays comedians, they're scared to say something in case they get canceled. This guy would have been perfect to combat cancel culture because he just says it how it is and he doesn't care. You like him or not. The only thing I might disagree with is that we can affect the planet if we did like nuclear weapons or something like that. But that's like an extreme case. I feel like that could like very much disrupt the planet, but that's like the only exception for me. And even then, even if we did like unleash nuclear weapons and like the worst happened, I feel like eventually the earth would just come back around, eventually just get rid of all the bad stuff, you know? I don't know exactly, but I'll tell you what, this dude, he's sharp as a tack. I definitely gotta check out more from him because he's on the ball. He knows what's going on in the world. I wanna see more because this is the stuff that actually intrigues me, like very much so. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash that like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what should I react to next. I'd be happy to do it, and take it easy, y'all. Till next time.